Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. There is a fly that just went in front of the camera. I hope you didn't see that, but I am so excited about today's video because it is one that I have been wanting to film for a very long time, but I just have been waiting to get the products and everything, and then I've been waiting to get my second light bulb, but now I have it and now I'm ready to film it. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of products that are recommended and went viral on TikTok. I'm sure you guys know what TikTok is, but like TikTok just has a way of making me buy things even though I literally don't even have the app. I just see like what makes its way to Instagram Reels or different articles about products that are recommended on TikTok, and it just sucks me in. There's something about it and I can't explain it. I think it's because it's like just regular people who are trying these things and saying that it's amazing, and then there's a bunch of other people who try it and they're like, no, it actually is as amazing as other people say. So today I'm just going to be doing a full face of all of that stuff. I have a product for like pretty much every step except for highlighter, and I can't remember what else, but everything else I do have a product. I made sure that I had a product for every step. Some of these I've used, some of these it will be first impressions, but I'm really eager to see like if they live up to the hype. So to start off, I wanted to talk about a couple of skincare products that I actually picked up because they were recommended on TikTok. So I used these both today and I have been using them for probably a month or two now, and I have actually really been enjoying them. So first is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. So I have dry skin and I find this really helps to keep my skin hydrated, and it's very gentle. I don't have sensitive skin at all, but it's something that I can like use different products with, like if I want to implement different serums. This never conflicts with any of them or anything. So I've really been liking this for day and night. And then the second product is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. I have been loving this, to be honest. I find it adds so much glow to my skin. I feel like my skin, it doesn't look oily. I mean, it might look a little bit oily right now because we don't have air conditioning and it is kind of hot in here under all these lights, but it makes my skin look glowy, which is what I'm always looking for. So I love using this in the morning. This is recommended along with their dew drops, but I just decided to go for the toner and I feel like that works like really great for me. So I've been enjoying this as well. So now zooming in here so you can get a good look at the makeup and also my skin right now. I've just started using some new skincare products, so my skin is kind of purging, and I'm also on my period, so I'm breaking out a little bit, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. So I did just apply some lip balm. This is the Flower Beauty lip mask, the Petal Pout lip mask. It's just clear. I just use this, like they have tinted versions so you can wear this during the day as your lip product, but I just like using it for prepping the lips. So I have a good mix of drugstore and high-end products here. I feel like a lot of drugstore products tend to go more viral on TikTok because they're affordable and like it shows you what works great and is affordable, but I do have a few high-end products mixed in here, and I am going to start off with the complexion because I have a neutral eye look, so it's not anything that I'm going to like hopefully have any fallout from. So I'm going to start off with primer today, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. So I know that the Poreless Putty Primer is the one that is viral, but I have this one, so we're just going to be using this one. But if you guys like really think that I need to try out the poreless one, then I will go and pick it up and do another version of this video. e.l.f. actually has quite a few products that go viral because they are so affordable, and I have used this before and I'm still like, I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest, and maybe it's just because it's the luminous one that I have, but I kind of have mixed feelings about it. So I'm just gonna warm it up and then put it all over the face. e.l.f. is actually a brand that I remember buying from when like I was a kid, and I used to love like watching beauty videos, and just I loved makeup in high school. I used to have so much fun with it. I would get e.l.f. stuff, and then I remember I was so excited for my birthday because I got a bunch of Coastal Scents palettes and everything. Like, I just remember being obsessed with that stuff, and e.l.f. has come a long way. I remember their little like eyeshadow quads. I had a bunch of those, and then they had their studio line, which was more expensive. Their essential, I forget what it was, but it was $1, and then they had the mineral line, and I used to have their their mineral eyeshadows as well. But it's just nice to see them like actually in drugstores now, because they weren't in drugstores before, at least in Canada. It was only online. So it's nice to like have it more accessible now. We don't have everything. Like, I wish that I could try that e.l.f. CC cream today, but they don't sell that in Canada. I think because of the SPF, they won't ship it to Canada. So that is the primer. Like, it feels nice. It's just, I don't really know that it does much for me. I don't find it, I mean, I guess I don't really struggle with my pores all that much, so that's probably why I don't really find that it makes much of a difference. So moving on to foundation, I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. So this is a full coverage drugstore foundation. I'm pretty sure it's full coverage, but either way, I have worn this. I think I wore it once for just filming, and I didn't really pay attention to the wear of it or anything. I also have the shade 435 in this, but this has been like everywhere for its longevity and just how great it is. So we shall see. But I'm just going to start off with one pump on the back of my hand and then just blend it in. I'm not generally someone who goes for a full coverage foundation. I just kind of like, I don't generally have a lot of active breakouts or anything. So I will usually go with like a tinted moisturizer or something like that. But today I do have some breakouts, so full coverage foundation is nice. So that was one pump. I'm going to add some more. I'm just using a Real Techniques foundation brush, and I've really been liking this brush actually, but I'm just going to blend this down the neck, make sure that everything is cohesive. So now I'm going to go ahead with my e.l.f. sponge and just kind of build up the coverage on my cheeks, but I'm also going to go across the whole complexion just because I don't really like there to be any foundation lines or anything, but I do have some redness in my cheeks. That is where I like to add some product. Of course, I don't have anything that has a mirror in it, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just have the ColourPop Limoncello palette here, but I feel like I like the finish of that. It looks really natural, like it still looks like my skin. I don't know that I would really say that it's full coverage. To me, it seems more like a medium coverage, but it doesn't look cakey at all. And I know it's supposed to wear very long, but I do feel it looks nice. Like, I like that shade, and it still is luminous. And I mean, maybe that's because of the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I can't say that, and I don't know why. So the next thing that I wanted to try out is actually a product that is not going to be available for much longer, but it is something that intrigued me, and that is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. So this, I got it in the shade light to medium, and it's just like a pink corrector that's supposed to brighten up the under eyes. I did decide to get it, although it was pretty pricey. I wanted to try it out and see, because like so many people I know have been looking for a dupe for this since Becca is going out of business. So I figured I would try it while I still can. I hope for $42 that it really does make a difference. I don't know. Oh, I feel like it is. I don't know if I'm like just seeing what I want to see, but I feel like it is kind of making a difference. So let's go ahead with the other eye, tap that in. I have a tendency, I know you're supposed to like tap in products under the eye, but I just have a tendency to drag. I don't know why, it's my instinct, but I feel like that does like add some nice brightness to the under eye. I feel like I might look more awake, but maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see. Now for concealer, I'm going in with another e.l.f. product, and this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I wasn't sure if this one was more popular or the hydrating one. This one I know is supposed to be a dupe for Shape Tape, and this was the concealer that I was like the only concealer I was using for a while, but I think it was just because it was really the only concealer that I had. I did have the Tarte Shape Tape for a while. It was fine. I didn't really notice a difference with it, but it got so messy, and I had 2 bottles. I actually went through 2, and I feel like that's the only makeup product I've like ever finished, but I went through 2 of them, and like both of them, there's still concealer all over a lot of my makeup products because of those. I don't know why, but it just got so messy. I don't know if I'm the only one who had that problem. So I'm just going to start out with my under eyes. Actually, I'm pretty sure this sets down quickly, so I probably should not have been talking for 1, and for 2, I should have done done one eye at a time, but it's fine. We are going to make it work. Okay, it wasn't that bad. So now I'm just going to conceal my blemishes. I feel like I can never find a blemish concealer that I like. Whenever I like apply it, it just disappears. It doesn't do anything to actually cover anything. I don't know. I guess I want more from it. So I don't have a viral powder. I don't really know if there is a viral powder. You can let me know down below if there is one, but I'm just going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder, and I'm just going to do my under eyes for now because I am going to be going in with cream products later. Fun fact, I never used to really use powder. I never used to really set anything. I just went for it because I don't know why. I didn't think that powder was an exciting or essential step for me, and I literally like just this year started wearing powder, and I'm still not really sure if I like see a difference, but maybe I'm just not using the right powders. I don't really know, but whatever. I kind of always do blush, bronzer, and highlighter in different orders. I feel like it's never the same. It's whatever I feel like that day. So today I feel like starting with blush, and I'm going in with the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and this is in the shade Bliss. So this is one of the matte ones, and I do really want to try Joy, which is one of the more dewy ones, and it looks really pretty, but I'm going to go in with a different sponge here, which I really need to wash. It's just kind of stained now, but I'm going to go and apply one dot of this. I feel like I've heard it's really pigmented and hard to work with, but I've worn it a couple times and I haven't really struggled with it. But I am going to do like, I'll do 2 dots and I'll do one cheek at a time just to make sure that it's all blended in. To be fair, like the shade that I have is also not that bold or intimidating. So if any shade is going to be like easy to blend out, I feel like it's gonna be this one. So I'm just going to go ahead on my cheek and then add some on my nose. See, I feel like this side looks way more pigmented than the other side. I don't really know. I must have had more product on the brush. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more over here and just go in with that same sponge. And then I'm gonna go in with the same sponge that I used for concealer and everything, just to make sure that everything is seamlessly blended. I am really liking how things are looking. I feel like it looks glowy. It looks very like natural. I don't think that the blush is super pigmented. I think it's showing up a little bit more pigmented on camera than it actually is in real life. It just looks like kind of a subtle natural flush, really. That was the last cream product that I'm going to use, so I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of the face before I go in with bronzer and everything. So now for bronzer, the product that I chose is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is really nice. It's in the shade Bronzer, so really interesting. It smells so good. Like, it smells like coconut cookies that we used to have when we were kids. I like totally remember those, but it's a really natural bronzer, which I enjoy because I am pretty pale, so if I go too far with bronzer, you will know. I'm not really contouring, I'm just kind of doing it in the natural shadows of my face, I guess. Bring it down the neck. It's a little bit of a contour, but not really going for the sculpted look, rather just like kind of bronzing up the whole face. So I will add some, like especially in summer, I want to add some of that color into my face. So I'm just going to just add that, and then I'm going to take my sponge and just press everything down and like get rid of the powdery finish. Usually I'll do that after I apply my powder, but I always forget, so I'll just go in after the bronzer and just make sure that everything is soaked in. And the final step is highlighter. Like I mentioned, I couldn't really find a viral highlighter. The only one that I could find was the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is like $50, and I wasn't really sure about the shade, so I decided to not get that. I know that I could have, but I'm sorry. I was trying to keep the price low for this video. So I just have a couple of ColourPop highlighters here. I have Flexitarian and Lunch Money, and I think I'm gonna go in with Flexitarian. So I'm just gonna go in with my finger and just go down the bridge of the nose. Wow, that was so much more pigmented than I was expecting. I haven't actually used this yet, so yikes. But I'm just gonna do the high points of the face. Oh my god, that's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a sponge and kind of, there we go. I mean, it doesn't look unnatural. It just, I don't know. It was more than I was expecting, basically. Okay, and then I'll do a little bit on my Cupid's bow, but honestly, I feel like it gets wiped off anyways when I wipe off my lip balm, but I will still put it there. Okay, so now we look glowy. So that's the complexion actually, and I really like how things look. I feel like it looks natural, it looks nice, like everything is working well for me so far. So for the eyes, I kind of had a hard time finding viral products for that, but I did manage to find a couple. So one was the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow trios, or no, it's not a trio, it's a quad, I think. I don't really know. But what I decided to go with is these little Kaja bento box eyeshadow things, because I thought they seemed really fun. So I got mine in the shade 08 Chocolate Dahlia, which is literally the most boring one that I could have gotten. But I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get something like this that's going to be so convenient for travel and stuff, I want to get one that I will use frequently. So I was tempted by some of the other ones, but we'll see. Maybe later on I will go back and purchase those. But for now, I felt like this was a good place to start. So you get 3 eyeshadows in here, if I can open it, and they're just like one on top of the other. It's so cool. Like you have a shimmer shade here, there's also a little mirror, and then there's like a transition sort of shade, and then a darker shade. Like you have a medium tone and then a dark tone, and it's so satisfying to, oh, there's something about that. It just makes me so happy. So this I haven't used before. Also, I need to go and grab an eyeshadow primer because I don't have one of those, so I'll be back. I was going to use my NARS eyeshadow primer, but I'm actually going to use this e.l.f. putty eye primer because it's the same sort of thing as the other ones. This one's just like so thick. I really have to warm it up. It also smells weird. I don't know why. It's not old at all. Probably had it for like a month or so. So now the eyes are primed, and obviously this isn't the most exciting eyeshadow like look that I'm going to do because it is really neutral. But like I said, I feel like if you're wanting this, you're wanting it for something that you can just have on the go. That to me is the perfect thing for, or perfect use for this. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to take that center shade and just start working it into my crease. I'm switching to the mirror in the Limoncello palette again because that mirror was way too small. This does have like pretty good pigment. It's just a very like neutral shade, so that is exactly what I was hoping for. I definitely have shades like these, like they're nothing really spectacular or different than anything else that I own, but it's nice to have it in the convenient package. And I think that's why TikTok loves it so much, because I find that a lot of the things that go viral on TikTok, they're products that have something different about them, like have something unique and eye-catching. And that's definitely something that this has with the little bento thing. It's super cute. I feel like that just gives like a nice wash of color. So I am really happy with that. So now I'm going to go with the shimmer shade and just put it all over my lid. Like I said, I'm literally doing the most boring eyeshadow look, but also I only have 3 shadows to work with. What do you want from me? But I'm just taking that on my finger. There's a little bit of fallout from that, but it's actually a really pretty shimmer shade, very natural. Even using just these 2 colors, I think is really nice. Actually, you could totally do like a halo eye with this, which I could have done to be different, but I decided not to, and just to do the most basic eye look ever. Now I'm just going to go in with that middle shade again, just to make sure things are blended out. The shimmer shade gives a really nice, like almost glossy look to the eyelid. It is very pretty. I like how glittery it is. It's not too much. It's just like when the light catches it in a certain way, it looks really nice. Now I'm going to take the darkest shade and start kind of lightly deepening up the outer third of the eye. So I don't want anything like too intense, which is why I'm kind of going in with a lighter hand. Like this does have good pigment to it. I'm going to start working it all throughout the crease. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I had, that middle shade, and I'm just going to use that to blend everything. They are pretty blendable, like I'm happy with it, so no complaints here. And I am happy with like the shade that I decided to go with. Even though it's boring, it's exactly what I would use. This would be so convenient if like you had to go to work straight from the gym or something. Like you can just throw it in your bag. Just a super easy and useful product. For the lash line, I'm just going to take the middle shade here and start running that along the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to take the shimmery shade and I'm just going to very carefully add some of that right under like where my eyeball is when I'm looking like straight ahead, if that makes sense. I don't really like to do too much on the lower lash line, so I feel like that's good. I'm gonna go in with Lunch Money from ColourPop and just add a little bit of highlight to the brow bone and the inner corner. Nothing like too intense, but there's no like really lighter shade other than the glittery shade that I can use, so this will just have to do. So that's the eyes done. I do enjoy how it turned out. I think it's a fun and good product. So now I'm going to go in with something that like I totally impulsively purchased and I've been liking it, but it is the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it even called? Exaggerize. And there's this TikTok where it's like, it makes your eyes look bigger and brighter, and that's really what I'm looking for. I just want my eyes to look like bright, like I enjoy my eyes and I want them to look more open and awake. So this is a product that definitely hooked me. What it is on the one side you have like this metallic shade that you put on the waterline. I know you're like, it's not really good for you to put stuff on the waterline, but I still do it. And then you have black shade. So what I'm gonna do, I used to always do winged liner for like most of the videos on my channel. You can see it. I kind of have gotten away from that recently and haven't really been using liner except for this one, if I use any. So I'll do it on like the outer half to third of my eye just to help waken them. That's not, is that a word? Awaken would be the word, but like just really subtle. I just like doing it on the outer part because I feel like it just adds some definition to my eyes, but not like closing them off. Now I'm going to go ahead with the metallic shade and do my lower waterline. So I don't know, like, does this eye look brighter and more awake than this eye? I'm not really sure. I feel like this is kind of a product like the under eye brightener where it's hard to tell if it's working, but in the TikTok you can really see that it's working. I just don't know if it works as well on me. To be fair, I do feel like I kind of need to warm up the product a little bit and like work it in. I'll have to see like once I go through this if I would repurchase it or not, if I think it's worth it. Because right now I don't know. So now I'm gonna do brows, then set my face, then do mascara, because I find if I do mascara first, it smudges on me. So for brows, I realized that I didn't really get like a product that specifically was TikTok hyped. I don't know if this is TikTok hyped or not, but I know there was the NYX brow glue, which I couldn't find anywhere. I looked for like 2 months for that. And then the Anastasia brow wax, the like soap brow one, but I wasn't really interested in that. And for something that I'm going to be spending Sephora money on, I want it to be something that I'm interested in, and I can't really think of anything else. But what I have here is the Glossier Boy Brows. So I used this in a video that will be out, I believe, after this one, testing a full face of first impressions of Glossier, and I do enjoy this. It has like little fibers in it. I don't need a lot for my brows. I'm just kind of trying to get them to stay in place and then fill in a couple of sparse spots, but I feel like this is a product that does exactly what I need in one step, because it like tints them but also fills them a little bit and locks them into place. I know for sure this product has gotten some social media hype and everything. I just don't know if it's TikTok specifically. I really need to do my eyebrows. One thing I definitely have noticed with TikTok hyped products, actually, I mean, if this one is TikTok hyped, a lot of them, ease of use is one of the big things with them that people love. I don't know if there's a TikTok hyped setting spray. Oh, I totally forgot about lips. I'll do that after too, whatever. But I'm just going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm gonna go in with my sponge, and just set everything. So now I'll do mascara, then I'll move on to lips. So I don't know where my eyelash curler is right now. I lost it. I need to get a new one. I am going to go with one of these. I'm not sure which one. So of course the Maybelline Sky High. This one I do really love. I have actually tried this one and I do really love it. The other one is the Essence Lash Princess False Effect Lash Mascara. And this one, I have the waterproof version, so I don't know if that one is like the specifically hyped one, but I think I'm going to use this one rather than this one because I already know that I love this one and I think it works very well. I'm sorry if you can hear sirens in the background of this video. Literally all day, that's all I've been hearing. I don't know what is happening, what is going on, but there has just been endless sirens everywhere and I can't really do anything about it. We aren't going to be living in the city hopefully too much longer whenever we find a house, but it'll be quieter because right now like I'm dealing with like, you can hear the upstairs neighbors, you can hear the outside, you can hear everything. I'm really sorry, it frustrates me, but I can't really do anything about it. I got some on my eyelid, I think because I was talking. I hate applying mascara. Honestly, mascara is like my least favorite step of doing makeup, but it also is the step that I feel like makes the biggest difference and like brings everything together, but I also hate it. So that's probably like a couple coats. I didn't dip the brush in again or anything. I feel like it clumps quite a bit, which is where I'm like unsure about it. Like I kind of like a little bit more separation. It adds some volume. I don't know if I would say it's false lash effect. I don't hate it, but I don't know. But you can see the difference there at least, but I don't know. So I've buffed away the mascara marks and everything, and I do actually like it. The more I look at it, the more I do enjoy it. It doesn't do nothing for the lashes. I'm just not sure if it's doing what I want it to do, if that makes sense. But finally, lip products. So this is probably the TikTok hyped product other than this mascara that like I went to buy immediately, and that is the NYX Shine Loud like high shine gloss, whatever this is. But I love liquid lipsticks because it doesn't budge, it doesn't move, and that's exactly what I want because I'm always nervous about situations where I'm gonna have like lipstick all over my mouth if I'm eating something. I don't know, but I have like all the shades you can get in Canada right now. I do really love these. I have been wearing them quite a bit, although with summer I've kind of been getting into more balms and that sort of thing, but these still are really great. I do love using lip balm, especially before those though, because they will cling to like any dryness. Since I have a neutral eye look, I really could go for anything. My one thing with these is I feel like the shade range could be better because a lot of them look like just so similar, so it's so hard for me to choose. I do think I want to go for something a little bit more natural, which I know is boring, but like I'm going to go for the shade Born to Hustle, which is kind of like a pinky nude. So what you do first, it's dual ended, so the first end has the actual color which you apply, and then the other end has the gloss, and the gloss is the only thing that's going to transfer. The actual color will stay on your lips. I do think this isn't going to be a product for everyone because it is sticky before you put on the gloss. So that's the color. I'm just going to give it a little bit of time to dry. I like the shape of the applicator because I can really get like the tips of my Cupid's bow. I used to use like a Maybelline one that was kind of like this, but it didn't have a gloss on the side. It was I guess it was kind of glossy, but it was more of like a balm. When I said balm, you can really like, it sticks together a lot. So once it's sticking together like that, you know that it's ready. And this gloss is like very shiny. It's very powerful, but it makes it so your lips won't stick together and it feels nice. But I can see how this sticking thing would like bug people, but like it's not as bad anymore. I can definitely feel my lips though. It's a weird feeling. Adding the gloss makes so much difference though, and like you can tell if there's any areas that you missed with the gloss. But the nice thing is, as the gloss wears off, it's not like your lips are gonna get sticky like that again. It just kind of looks natural, I guess. So I'm gonna take out my hair now, but that is the final TikTok makeup look. I'm really happy with how things turned out. I think it looks nice, like it looks natural, it looks pretty. I'm happy with it. I totally get why there's hype for a lot of these products. Foundation I know is supposed to be long wearing, so I'll add a note in the description about how it wore on me, but I do think it looks really nice and it is affordable, which is lovely. The primer, I do feel like it added some nice like luminosity to my face. I'm not sure. Primer is kind of another thing that I find it hard to judge, but I don't know if it like blows my mind or anything. Same with the under eye brightener. I can't really tell if it's working, so that's a hard one to judge. The concealer I think looks really great. It's not creasing or anything. I don't really get issues with that under my eyes, but I think it looks nice. The blush I think is really pretty. It's very subtle in my opinion. I don't think that it's like super in your face. I find it pigmented, but not too pigmented. I don't know if it's just the shade that I chose, which it might be, but I think it's definitely easy to work with. The bronzer is definitely a staple. Really enjoyed that. The eyeshadows are really pretty, super convenient. It's not blowing my mind. There's definitely nothing like unique about it other than the packaging. I don't think the formula is anything to go wild about. It's a great formula, but I don't think it's blowing my mind. I think it's just the convenience of it that is nice. I will say, I feel like some of the glitter has, or the shimmer shade has kind of already worn off and might be creasing a little bit, which kind of sucks. The eyeliner, I don't know where I put it right now, but like I said, I don't really know if it makes a huge difference or if I just want it to. Boy brow I think is really great. It's an easy brow look, and then the mascara I do think I like. I don't know. I'm still not sure about that. Definitely like the lips though, but I think that was everything. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please let me know what kind of products like TikTok has made you buy, if you have tried any of these, or what products I missed, because I would love to do a part 2 of this. I think it's so much fun to test out these products. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye!